The Lamy Safari, is it still good? Hey everyone, I'm Dave with Beastmade Reviews, of course a channel dedicated to reviewing quality at different price points. Now, I love fountain pens. I've made a lot of videos on fountain pens. One fountain pen that really came up a lot in discussion that I didn't mention previously was the Lamy Safari. And it's one that I knew was really good at the time, but I just didn't have any experience with it. Lately I thought, I really just need to get one. They're very inexpensive, and I bought one, and man, I get it. The Lamy Safari, I think, is the best budget fountain pen out there, bar none. Now, before we get started, if you like this type of content, feel free to subscribe down below. I think that you'll really like it here. If you like videos on pens, EDC, fashion, anything in between, I think you'll really like it here. And if you're interested in this pen at all, definitely check out the link down below. It is an affiliate link. It does help out the channel, so I always appreciate it when you do that. Now, Lamy itself is a great company. It started in 1930 in Heidelberg, Germany. The Safari began production in 1980, and it has just exploded in popularity. It has a tremendous presence in the community at large and is just a worldwide player as far as pens. But as far as budget pens, the Lamy Safari is one of those that is easily at the top of everyone's list. Everyone always mentions the Lamy Safari as far as how inexpensive it is, and it is very inexpensive, but how good it is. And for a while, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if just everyone just liked it just because it was cheap or if it was actually good. Well, I bought it and I could definitely say that it is excellent. It is up there with just some of the best pens that I have tried. So today let's go over the specs. Let's talk a little bit about the pen. I'll show you some writing samples as well, and maybe I'll convince you to get a Lamy Safari. Or 2 or 3. Now, it's made with an ABS plastic, a unique ergonomic grip section, wire clip on the cap. The cap snaps on and off and is postable. It has a proprietary Z50 steel nib, mine is in medium, and the nib is interchangeable with other Lamy pens. It uses a proprietary ink cartridge and an ink converter. In this case, a cartridge was included with the pen, but a converter was not, so I had to make an extra purchase for that. It has 2 ink windows on the side. Total length on the cap is 5.5 inches. Total weight is 0.6 ounces, and it's still made in Germany. It is like nothing else on the market. They come in so many different colors. The color that I have here is called Aqua Sky, and this one came out in 2023 around the Easter season, and there was a release of, I think, of 3 different colors. And in this case, it also came with a matching pen sleeve, and you can find these for less than $30 all day long, almost anywhere you look. And though this is plastic, you can get this exact style pen with the All-Star and LX with different materials, somewhat more elevated, like with aluminum. Sometimes budget pens can be an exercise in what you can kind of compromise or deal with a compromise of quality. But with the Lamy Safari, I don't think that's the case. They give you an excellent quality pen that writes very well and for not a lot of money. Now, it is plastic and it does feel like plastic, but it's lightweight as well, which can be a pro or a con for some people. But the quality of plastic seems like it's pretty good. And overall, it's super smooth on the outside. With no flashing or sharp edges in the plastic, it looks great and feels superb. But how does it write is the question. Excellent. The writing experience is fantastic. It's very smooth with just a little feedback to it. It was far smoother than I anticipated and feels like a pen well above its price point, at least for the writing experience. And for the writing sample here, I'm using the ink by Private Reserve called Daphne Blue. I love this ink personally. I think this pen looks like a Daphne Blue you would see on a guitar or maybe an old car, and I love this ink with it. It's a great sky blue color for both. I also love that it came with a pen sleeves, not something that you get in every pen, but I will say not all Safaris do. I think in this case it was a special promo with their special editions. They release a lot of different special editions every year, and it's a great way to kind of get into the Safari game with a unique color, and it's also great for collectors if you like collecting pens. The sleeve is also actually very nice as far as quality. It's a little on the tight side, but I imagine it will loosen up over time. But I'll take it any day. It feels very nice and seems to be some type of leather. Also, it's kind of just subjective, but just feeling it, it feels more expensive than the cost I paid overall for this whole package here, which is just a great additional benefit here. And even the box itself looks cool. All right, let's get to some of my criticisms here, and I really don't have that many. First, the cap clicks into place, but not that firmly. It's kind of a wimpy, mousy click on and off, and when you put the pen in the sleeve and try to take it out, the cap wants to detach from the body. The nib, cartridge, and converter are all proprietary, so you will eventually have to buy something else, and can't use any spares you have lying around. I do think the nib is a little weird and too plain for my liking, and is very stiff. Now, I like stiff nibs. I think they feel great. This one does feel very smooth, and it is very nice, but it is very plain. The grip is also controversial for many. It's kind of almost a triangular style grip with two flat sides that kind of put your fingers at the perfect writing angle. That is, if you have the perfect writing angle. For me, it's not a problem. It just kind of depends on how you grab a pen. Also, the lightweight feel of the plastic feels a little on the cheap side. It doesn't feel substantial and probably is not terribly durable. That said, all these criticisms are pretty minor and they don't really bother me all that much. For $30, this is easily one of the best pens I've ever used. I mean, this is just a great pen overall, and for $30, it's an absolute steal. I mean, you've just got to have one of these. If you're looking for an inexpensive pen that you don't mind if somehow it gets broken or stolen or lost, the Safari is great. It's a great choice. It feels great when writing. It's a great writing experience. Overall, it's fantastic. And now this has easily become my go-to choice when recommending an inexpensive fountain pen for someone just starting off. I mean, the Lamy Safari, easily. Now this really intrigues me because now I really want to buy an All-Star. So yeah, is this pen still good? Oh yeah, it's great. Even after 40 plus years, this pen, the Lamy Safari, still slays. Definitely check out the Lamy Safari. And also, if you're interested, don't forget to check out the links down below. I'll see you next time. I'm Dave with Beast Made Reviews. Bye.